Here's a thought. No matter where you sit on the political spectrum, conservative, liberal, or even really, it doesn't have to be political, it can be social, right? If there's social issues that you have strong opinions about, if you allow hate, anger, vitriol, like whatever word you want to use, hate's probably the most common. If you allow that into your mindset, into your thinking, into your approach, I have to agree with the people throughout history who have said it's like a cancer. Once you let it in, it's going to spread. It's not going to stay contained to that area, right? And I have and will continue to make an argument that says even in that one area, that hate, that anger, that vitriol is not productive. It's not serving you. It's not useful to get to whatever objective you're trying to get to. But that's a separate discussion. I think there's far too many people today, and I say this often, but I'll say it again, myself very much included at times, that think they have it contained. They think they have a cancer in their body, figuratively, and that somehow they're able to keep it exactly where it is. They don't seem to buy in or understand or see the implications that, to me, seem clear in society today, right? We all talk about the divisiveness, the tribalism, the combative nature across each side. People don't seem to be connecting those dots. People will watch news, listen to politicians or influencers or celebrities or public speakers, whatever they might be, spew anger and hatred about the other side, about a certain topic, about why we should all be so scared, about why there's such a big problem here. They'll listen to that and they'll welcome that in to their mindset and to the way that they think, and not understand that's going to have an impact on your whole entire life, right? You watching that show, you listening to that person, you embracing and endorsing that person. And again, I'm not just talking about Trump. Trump's an example for sure, but you could be a fan of AOC or Bernie Sanders or DeSantis, or it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who the person is, right? It doesn't even have to be a politician. If you've allowed yourself to get to a point where you're comfortable listening, accepting, endorsing, embracing that negative mindset, that hate-driven mindset, I promise you, as much as I know anything, and I don't know anything for sure, but as much as I know anything, that is impacting other aspects of your life, your family life, your personal life, your professional life. You've let that in. You've let that way of thinking, the thought process, that decency, compassion, consideration, empathy, humility, you've let it into your mind to say those things aren't important. And you believe it's contained. You believe it's just in this area because it needs to be in that area because it's so dangerous and there's such a big problem there. But it's not just in that area. That's not how our minds work. I'm a firm believer of that. When you let hate in, when you let irrationality in, when you let certainty in, it doesn't stay in one place. It spreads everywhere. And I've seen this myself, for myself and for other people that I'm close with, friends, family, etc., where you go year after year after year of indoctrinating yourself with that type of vitriol, that type of anger and hatred constantly just coursing through you, being consumed into your mind, and you see it spread into all these different areas to where there's a tension and there's an anger and there's a combativeness in much of your life. How could there not be? You're accepting it. You're welcoming it in. You're saying this makes sense. This is a fair, reasonable, right approach to take on certain issues. So you don't think when another issue comes up that's unrelated, your mind's going to reference that and say, well, I know on this other important issue, we follow the lead of this person or this thing or this mindset that says we can just disparage the other side. We can just insult them. We can get angry. We can yell. We can fight. Right? We can spew that at them. We'll do it here too. Right? We'll do the same thing. we would all be really naive to think that's not happening. And I hope one day we're going to wake up to this. Again, whatever political side you sit on, whatever social issue you're really passionate about, I ask you to consider that hidden cost of letting hate into your mental facilities, into your approach and how you think. Consider that hidden cost of what that is actually doing to you, your well being, and your relationships.